If you're planning on moving in Houston this year or next, we have found the best suburb for you. It certainly was the best community for most Houstonians, taking the #1 spot this quarter in 2024, and I'm certain it's not gonna change anytime soon. Today, we've got 3 insane deals from 3 builders in this community, and at the end, I'm gonna tell you why we believe that this community is still gonna stay on top as one of the hottest in the entire Houston market. If you're new here, my name is RK Brazos with the Community Warriors. Now, we've sold hundreds of houses to people here in the Houston market, and ones that have found amazing gems where they've earned 50, hundreds of thousands of dollars in equity, and I think we've got an amazing gem right behind me here. We are in Brookshire, Texas, which is just a few minutes out from Katy, Texas, and we're at Bluestem, which is a 356-acre master plan community, and they are just getting started. Now, there are 3 builders, and there's gonna be tons of parks, tons of amenities, and a really amazing features for the new residents that are gonna be coming here over the next couple of years. So Bluestem is developed by Signorelli Company, which actually happens to be the parent company of First America Homes, and this is our first builder, and their focus is affordability, and their mission is about making lives for their home buyers and the greater communities in which they live in, which I love. It's one of the big reasons we do what we do for you and all of our clients. Now, this is a 40-foot product. This is the Matagorda, their model. This goes up to the 300s, but they got plans here down to the low 200s, so let's check them out. All right, we are here in the Matagorda. This is obviously their model. It is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,084 square feet. And of course, being the model, there are a ton of upgrades in here, but this plan actually starts all the way down to the low 270s, which is an insane deal. Now, come here, follow me to the kitchen, which is honestly one of my favorite parts. I love the choices that they have in here. Really nice, clean aesthetic. Of course, these countertops are an upgrade, but it's really not gonna run you that much in this. Right here, you've got stainless steel appliances and a real nice flow to this kitchen. Of course, you got nice sized pantry in here, plenty of space. And really what I love about this setup the most, and this floor plan the most, is when you're in the kitchen, you've got the high ceilings of the living room really bringing in a ton of natural lighting. I believe these ceilings are 24 foot, and it really makes the space look a lot bigger. Coming around to this side, you have the dining room shared in here. So it's a really great first impression when you come into your home. And so if you're an entertainer and you really want to impress any of your guests or really just feel like you have a nice space without breaking the bank, I mean, this is only 2,000 square feet, and an entry and soaring ceilings like this, you're really gonna see something like this, an entry like this, in a lot of the new constructions that are around like the 500K price points. Now, before we show you the primary bedroom, which I love, I wanted to go highlight the upstairs first. So up here, what I really love is this is an upgrade, of course, but they have the upgraded stair rails, which opens up this space a little bit more. Of course, I'm here in the kind of game room loft area, and a lot of the times you'll see where they have this wall is really just kind of sheetrocked over, but being able to have the upgraded kind of railing with the wood on top, it opens up the space a little bit more. And who wouldn't want to see these huge windows, and who wouldn't want to have all this natural light coming into this space up here? So upstairs, you're gonna have 2 secondary bedrooms that are gonna be really nice size. Now I wanna talk a little bit about this. This is a couple of the exterior elevation choices. You have a lot of the brick choices up here, and a lot of builders, especially in this kind of mid 200s, 300s price points, you're not gonna have a lot of customization. But with First America Homes, you're actually able to choose from a lot of different choices, which is a really nice plus when it comes to houses in this kind of entry-level price point. And then finally, we've got another secondary bedroom on this side. Really nice size. It's pretty identical to the size of the last bedroom that we have here. But a little bit of a difference is that you're gonna have more of a walk-in closet in this one. Now before we head downstairs, I wanted to highlight this bathroom right here. This is a shared bathroom for the 2 secondary bedrooms right here. You see you've got the nice granite countertops right here. And I love the kind of herringbone pattern that you have. Obviously this is something that you can choose whenever you're building your house, but really nice choices up here for a secondary. So back downstairs, this is a very unique aspect, is that you're gonna have 4-bedroom, 3 baths, where a lot of the times you're gonna have more like a 4-bedroom 2, 4-bedroom 2.5. But right here, off to my right side, you're gonna have a full bathroom right here. And the reason why we have a full bathroom is you've got this full bedroom right over here. So this is a secondary bedroom. Obviously they kind of have it staged for an office. So if you want to use it as an office, absolutely you can use it as an office. Lots of natural light coming in here because, I don't know, I guess the light's broken. You know, when we build your house, we'll make sure that the light's not broken. But yeah, you get a ton of natural light. So I guess we could highlight that. On top of that, you also have a full closet, which is a really nice plus because a lot of times an office is not going to have a closet, which is why it's not going to be a full bedroom. So it's really nice. You've got this either guest room or office right here. Let's head on outside before I show you the primary, right? All right, coming on outside, we've got the extended patio, which in Houston, or at least in this area, is an absolute must. Now, what you guys don't know is that it was raining like crazy for the first time in like months, just this morning. But normally it's super hot, as you guys know, and it's important to have an extended patio. Now, what they're saying is that this extension and a couple of the upgrades in here will run you this house about around like a $300 to almost $315 when the base price is around $275. So it's not a huge increase just for the patio. I think it's maybe around $10, $15. So, I mean, personally, I would absolutely have something like this. But yeah, you've got a really nice sized yard in this area as well to be able to take advantage of. And finally, we have the primary bedroom right over here. And before I walk in here, this is supposed to be where the washer and dryer is going to be at. And here we are, my favorite room in the entire place, the primary bedroom. We got a really nice size king bed. I mean, this is a huge room for something that's just around the $300K price point. So we've got a huge room. I love the accent right here. You've got that tray ceiling and massive windows. Tons of natural lighting in here. And they really didn't skimp out on the primary bath right over here. So you've got the same granite countertops that you have in all the secondary bathrooms, so really consistent in this one at least. I mean, of course you can do whatever you want. And then also, they changed things up a little bit with the colors, but they kept that nice herringbone finish across the separate soaking tub and the separate freestanding shower. And the primary closet right over here is huge. For something that starts around $270, $272, and you've got a nice walk-in closet over here. So before we head out to the next house, I just kind of want to talk about some of the incentives that we got here. Now we've got this down that we can get you about $15K towards your closing costs on inventory homes and even for ones that you build from the ground up. And one other aspect that they have is that every single one of these houses are Guardian certified, which means they're built up to the regular standard that builders do. And this is not something that you really see in houses of this price point. This is going to be something that you'll see in some of those higher price point, more luxury builders. So it's amazing that you're going to have a house that's built like this to a much higher standard that you're going to get for an absolute steal. And also we're going to be able to help with some of your closing costs on a house like this. And speaking of insane, one of the builders in this area actually has an even crazier deal, one of the craziest I've ever seen, so let's check them out. Legend Homes, and like I said, this is a wild special. This is going to be their open door promo. Now, some select houses over here you can get for 0 closing costs and an interest rate of 2.99. So we obviously had to tour these houses. Now, right here we're in the Highlands plan. Legend has been building since 1991, and they are the 50-foot product builder in this community. So this plan is a 3-bedroom, 2.5, 2,065 square feet. It can get up to the kind of mid 300s, but this one specifically, a ton of this is going to be some of the standard upgrades. So we'll talk about that in a bit, but we'd probably be able to get this one for right around the 320s. So let's take a look. Right here, you already kind of feel there's a lot of space here in this secondary bedroom. One thing that you'll notice in a lot of the single story plans that we have around the 2000s is that a lot of the space is going to be in the bedroom specifically. So the bedrooms, game rooms, things like that. And then right over here, you've got another secondary bedroom. I love what they've done with this. It's a little scary though. I don't know if I want this hanging. I'm dreaming of ducks. But yeah, you can see here, tons of space. I mean, these are huge nightstands. I mean, you could probably fit a king, pretty tight size if you really wanted to. But I mean, as you can see, again, very, very nice size secondaries. And of course, this is a 3-bedroom, 2.5, and this is the shared bathroom right over here. Pretty good bathroom, pretty standard, nothing too crazy about it. And before we even head into the living room and kitchen, you've got a powder room right here. So that's that half bath right over here for all the guests. So none of the occupants are having to share with the guests, right? So you've got that over here. And I love this aspect right here. This floor plan is gonna have 10-foot ceilings. And I love single stories. I have a single story myself, mainly because you're able to really have a very open floor plan like this, and it really makes the space feel nice and grand for something that is going to be in the very low 300s. Of course, you have the living room right over here that flows really nicely into the kitchen, and oh my God. And this island right here seats 3-4 people, and I mean, you're able to kind of entertain and this really be the heart of your house pretty much. Now, one thing about this is that granite actually does come standard. Now, this is a little bit of an upgraded granite, but granite comes standard, so that's why we're able to still keep the pricing pretty low. And you see here, you've got the stainless steel appliances and the beautiful backsplash over here. It's really not gonna break the bank. Now, before I show you over here, I kind of wanted to highlight this middle area of the house. We've got the dining room right over here. So really nice niche. If you want a bit more of a separate space, personally, I like to just kind of use the kitchen island. But if you do need to entertain, there still is plenty of space right over here. And a lot of the times you kind of have to use this space if you work from home, kind of as like a makeshift office. But what we have over here is actually we have this dedicated area where you can have it more like a game room or an office type of setup. So what normally you would see in a 2-story as that game room loft is being used here as more of a kind of a private area, maybe even a media room, something like that. Now, this floor plan specifically is a 3-bedroom, but if you really did want to enclose this in, you can actually have this set up as a 4th bedroom because you're gonna have a closet right over here. Let's head on to the primary bedroom. So this is the primary, and compared to First America, I'll be honest, this is much, much bigger. As you guys can see, this is 10-foot ceilings in the rooms as opposed to like an 8-9. So even though the last house had a 24-foot ceiling, this throughout the entire house and in every room has these 10-foot ceilings. So you feel a lot more space. Of course, you got the huge windows right over here, bringing in a ton of natural light. The tray ceilings, which is gonna be similar to the last one that we saw, and it's gonna flow into the bathroom right over here, which just like the last one and any of the other ones that we're gonna see, has this separate shower tub kind of setup. So you're gonna have a ton of upgrades in here still, while being able to be at a really, really approachable price point. And of course, again, the biggest thing about this place is that we have that special going on where it's 0 in closing costs, and it starts at 2.99 interest rates. So right here, you've got the primary closet. This one's huge. This one is like 3 times the other one. This is like a bedroom in my house, pretty much. I don't even know how I'm gonna fill this space up. So heading on outside, we have another patio. Now this one isn't extended out all this way, but it is a much wider one that it takes up this entire space. And I mean, it's plenty of space to have a patio like this. If you want to add your own additional slab, you definitely can. So this is the biggest thing about it. Legend Homes, they're able to keep things really affordable because they are primarily spec builders. So you can't really customize so much, but take a look at this. I mean, they have a huge lot on this property, and I think this is about 10,500 of a lot, and you're not even gonna be spending that much. I think with a lot this big, you're only gonna be spending, I think it's around $330 is what this house is gonna cost, and then the base is gonna start around $300. So Legend Homes, they have product, like I said, that starts around $294, and they're gonna have lots that are this wide, maybe not this deep, but this wide at least, and the lots, as you can see, are gorgeous. Now, the next builder that we've got is something that you can customize a little bit more, which I'm really excited to highlight, so let's go check them out. Castlerock. Now, this is consistently one of the nation's top 50 builders. They are local here in Houston. They've been building here for over 20 years, and I absolutely love this floor plan. Honestly, this is my favorite floor plan out of all of them. The thing with Castlerock, this is the 45-foot product builder out of the 3 in the community, is that they are able to customize their product if you're building from the ground up the most out of any of the 3 builders that we're gonna see here. And you're gonna see a lot of really amazing features that you haven't seen in any of the houses that we've seen today. Let's check them out. So this is the Trinity floor plan, and this is a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 25, 13 square feet. And like I said, this is my favorite plan out of any of the ones that I've shown you. Let's start right here. So we are in the study. This doesn't count as an actual bedroom, so it's a 4-bed with a study. And heading over here into the living room, you're gonna have these beautiful soaring ceilings. Now, this is gonna be 20-foot ceiling right here, and it's gonna bring in a ton of natural light, especially when you compare it to the last one, which is a single story, and it felt like there wasn't as much light, but over here, I mean, it fills the entire space. Coming over here, you've got utility with the washer and dryer over here, and of course, your half bath right over here. Before we highlight over here, let's head upstairs first. So this floor plan, it's gonna be one where you only have the primary and study down, and the rest of the bedrooms are gonna be up here, which is a very popular style, right? A little bit of separation from the kids and the noise, I guess. Coming over here, you've got one of the smaller secondaries. Of course, they have it staged more like kind of a nursery, but tons of lighting in here, and it's a pretty decent size for a secondary up here, and a decent sized closet right over here. Up here, you've got more of this game room loft, and just like the first home that we saw, they kind of upgraded the railing over here, so it's gonna really keep a nice open flow into the rest of the house. Upstairs, these are gonna be 8-foot ceilings up here, so of course it's not gonna feel as high as the other ones, but plenty big enough, right? Heading into the secondary here, really nice sizes as well. This is the biggest floor plan out of all the ones that we've seen today, and you're gonna feel it because a lot of the rooms are all gonna be ample size. And of course, this one right over here, kind of have it set up as more of a guest room. I think this is gonna be a little bit smaller than this last one that we showed you over here. But of course, I think this is a queen. So plenty big, and of course, nice sized closets. This room itself would honestly already fit a king anyways. Let's head on upstairs. Coming outside, again, like the other houses, you got an extended patio. As you can see, us Houstonians really need our shade. It gets crazy hot. But man, this is a really nice sized patio, and what I love, the lot is massive. One thing about Castlerock, like I was saying, is you can customize a lot, and there's a lot of different aspects that you can upgrade the property. An extended patio is one of them, and this nice premium lot is one of them. I mean, it is huge, right? Now, the builder's rep was telling me that this property itself, even though it starts kind of in the lower 300s, You can upgrade it all the way up to almost in the 400s, which is pretty crazy because I mean it's a pretty big swing when it comes to it, and you'll kind of see that when we go into the primary bedroom and see the kitchen as well. Come on. So coming into the kitchen right over here, this is a little bit different, right? You kind of have the kitchen and dining a bit more tucked away, and you're still able to kind of see this living room right over here. But of course, let's start focusing on the kitchen first. We've got these nice countertops. I believe these are quartz countertops. You've got your own island here. Again, beautiful stainless steel appliances throughout. Washer, fridge, range, and I really like this right here. You've got kind of an upgraded door to the walk-in pantry right here, which is a really nice size as well, so you're able to kind of see a really nice little touch on this one. Right over here, also tucked away a little bit more, is the dining room or breakfast area setup, and you still have some natural light coming in, but this area doesn't really interfere as much with more of this dedicated living room space with the high ceilings, which I think is a little bit more unique when you compare it to the rest of these. And coming over here, like I said, I already highlighted, this is a 20-foot ceiling, but it's a really, really big living room space right over here. And if you sit down, I mean, you're able to kind of see a lot of the house. I mean, if you're on this side, you're able to see up to the game room right over here. If you had a TV over here, the kitchen. So this, compared to a couple of the other plans that we saw, this is where the heart of the house is. Like the last one we saw, it's more of the kitchen that felt, that big kitchen island that felt more of the heart, but this living room with the high ceilings is where the heart of the house is. But let's check out my favorite part, which is the primary bedroom. So on the first level here, you're gonna have 9-foot ceilings other than right over here, right? So the 9-foot ceilings, compared to the last one, it's a little bit tighter, nothing too crazy, right? And you see here, it's still a really nice size bedroom. Not as big as the last one, but you still have plenty of space right over here. You've got your own seating area over here, 2 huge nightstands, a king, could fit a Cali king, you could have more shelves, tons of stuff. I mean, you pretty much have enough space for whatever you want. And we've got the primary bathroom right over here, where you've got a nice, clean aesthetic in this one. Again, like the last two, you're gonna have the separate soaking tub and the separate shower with this one. And coming in here, you have a huge walk-in closet. This is more of a longer closet compared to the other ones, but still plenty of square footage in here for whatever you want. I mean, you even have it built in right over here. So that is it. That is all 3 builders in Bluestem, which is here in Brookshire, which is the hottest community, as you guys know. But really what I wanted to highlight is the reason why I think this area is definitely gonna explode compared to any of the other communities that you can buy here in the Houston area. So let's talk about that.
See, Brookshire is your typical small town with big opportunities, and it's kind of like a couple of areas here in the Houston market before. Due to more people moving here, the schools are growing, the population is growing, and just this past quarter, like I said in the beginning, this was named the hottest community and suburb in the entire Houston market, and I don't see it changing anytime soon. At the end, I'm gonna share one huge secret that I think is gonna save you a couple hundreds of thousands of dollars, so be sure to watch that at the end. But before I tell you that, I need to tell you about the huge signs that we're seeing that I think is causing this place to blow up. So recently I saw that Amazon set up a warehouse a couple years ago. I mean, it was, I think, 1 million square foot plus. It was huge. And now all over the news, there's multiple other corporations trying to call a place like Brookshire home. And it's mainly because the land. I mean, we are seeing tons of energy companies like Tesla even, that's trying to call this place home. And here's the thing, according to data from Realtor.com, 85% of people are willing to compromise on their house if it meant a much shorter commute. So while all these people that are gonna have new jobs relocating here to Houston are gonna choose other established cities like the city of Houston or maybe Katy or maybe Cypress, a ton of people are going to start settling down here. What's happening here right now reminds me of what happened in places like Katy or Brookshire 2 or 3 years ago, or even places like Richmond and Sugar Land 4 or 5 years ago. These are cities that a couple years back really didn't have much around there, and if you told someone that you were planning on moving over there, they'd be like, that is way too far. But really, these places blew up. Here's some examples. We went to Harvest Green in Richmond a while ago, and this video right here is me at DR Horton, one of our builder partners. So check this out. In 2019, a home from this builder, get this, cost $339,000, which is, I mean, pretty close to the price of the houses here in Brookshire, right? Now guess what? This exact homeowner that bought it in 2019 just sold the house this year for $505,000. That's over $150,000 in equity that home buyer earned in the span of 4 or 5 years. Guess what's even crazier though? This new construction, much like the one that we were touring in this video that you just saw, for a property much like this one, it would cost $595,990 to buy it right now. Very identical square footage and even a smaller lot from the builder. And I know you think, okay, yeah, RK, you are cherry picking. Now this is a video of me visiting Jordan Ranch, which is not too far away from here actually. Now one of our favorite builder partners that we work with is actually J. Patrick Homes. That's this builder that is in this video right now. Let's go back to this and see one homeowner. They actually bought this house in 2020 for $445,000, which is insanely low for someone that we would kind of consider almost a luxury builder in this type of market, so under $500,000. And just 2 weeks before this video comes out, probably the middle of November 2024, this house sold for $638,000 in the beginning of November. I mean, we're talking about 3-4 years difference. That's a huge equity swing. But this is actually the craziest part, and you'll understand what I mean about saving a couple $100,000. The builder themselves, J. Patrick Homes, just this year, they sold a very similar new construction property for $740,000. $740,000. So here's how I'm gonna tie it in. This homeowner who bought this house 4 years ago in a market that you really didn't know what was going on, you didn't really see that many houses, they ended up making a decision that earned them $200,000 in equity in 4 years. But here's what's even more wild, right? The home buyer that didn't make a decision on buying a house in this community 4 years ago just had to spend an extra $300,000 more to buy the exact same house brand new. See, this is the secret to finding yourself a gem and building huge wealth and saving hundreds of thousands of dollars. One hand you can say, yeah, there's not really that much there. But if you flip it and you say, there's so much more room to grow here, we're talking hundreds and thousands of dollars. So if you want to get started, we'll send you a list of all the houses available in this area and very similar ones if you want to get yourself a really great deal. So if you're not too sold on the area, we actually check out a community that's not too far away that's got very similar prices in an amazing community. So check it out here.